For the tricks in Trick Titles test, the judge will say something like to the handler, "Are you ready?" The handler will respond to the judge.
Yes.
At the completion of the trick, the judge will say, "Trick complete." At this point, the handler may go straight to the table and reward their dog. Alternatively, they may stand there and the judge will then ask them trick or treat. And then they will go to the table if they want to reward their dog, or would just say next trick and then continue. However, if the trick is incomplete, the judge will say trick incomplete, and the handler in starter and novice may have a retry. So they would then say retry and repeat the trick, hopefully for it to be successful. Here is an example. The trick we will be demonstrating is to circle the handler once. Handler, are you ready?
Yes.
Proceed.
Simple.
Trick complete. So the handler may now go over to the table, open the pot.
Good boy.
Obviously the other dog would not be in the ring with this dog. Bobby's just trying to help here.
Good boy. Let's go.
First trick on our starter list is round the cone. The handler will stand a half a metre away from the cone. The dog, on the handler's command, will go once round the cone and return to the handler, close to the handler. They can sit in front or they can stand at the side. If the handler feels they need to take a step forward, then they must move further away from the cone because they are not allowed to go any closer than a half a metre to the cone. The second trick in starter is circling the handler. The dog will circle the handler once and must return to the same position as where they started from. They can, however, start off in any stance that they want, from a stand, a sit, or, if they really wanted to, a down. Our next trick is spin once. The dog must return to the position they started from. They can do a spin clockwise or anti-clockwise. For circle spin once, the handler can also move if they want. And again, they must return to the position where they started. Starter trick 4, leg weave, stationary, figure of 8. Handler, are you ready?
Yes.
Proceed.
Through, in, sit.
Trick complete. As you see, the handler has kept the legs in the inverted V position, which they must do because the rules ask us for the handler to remain stationary. They cannot bring them back into the upright position until the judge has said trick complete. Well done. Starter trick 5, nose to hand touch, 2 hand touches, 2 seconds. Are you ready?
Stand. Yes.
Proceed.
Touch.
1,000, 2,000.
Good boy. Touch.
1,000, 2,000. The handler can, if they want, represent the dog in front of them so that it look as though they're starting the trick again, or they can just let the dog flow from one to the other hand. So if you could just demonstrate that, please. Proceed.
Touch.
1,000, 2,000. Good dog.
Touch.
1,000, 2,000.
Good boy.
The next trick that the handler can choose is following a target stick. Now this can be in the ring or it can be on an equipment table. It cannot be on the treat table. For this trick, the handler has a choice of asking the dog to follow in a straight line for the body length or 2 body lengths of the dog, or the dog can follow around in a circle, full 360, all the way round. Trick complete. Starter trick number 7, step up. The handler will be 1 metre away from the step and must not encroach that space at all. If they want to step forward to get their dog to move to the step, they have to be further than 1 metre away. The dog will move forward on the cue from the handler and put his front feet on the step and hold that position for 5 seconds. 1,000 to 2,000, 3,000, 4,000. Now we do paw on hand. It has to be an open hand. The handler cannot close their hand around the dog's paw. You must place the paw into the handler's hand and hold it for 2 seconds. 1,000, 2,000.
Good boy. Yay.
Our next trick, the dog will have to back up 1 body length. The handler must not encroach on the dog's space. It's a half a metre away from the dog. The handler can take a step forward to get the dog to start moving, but must not take his space up.
Walk back, walk back, walk back. Good boy, wait.
Complete. For our next trick is over a jump. They have to be 1 metre away all the time, whichever one they choose. There are 4 options to this trick. The first one is to send the dog over on his own,
Jump, jump.
and he comes round to the handler. The next option is for the handler to leave the dog in a sit, walk around to the other side, still being a full metre away, and calling the dog over.
Oh, nice jump. Good boy.
Our third option, the handler can, if they wish, run past, but remember the handler must be a metre away. That's at the side as well as in front.
Jump, jump. Oh, shit.
Our final option is with the handler standing at the side. Remember, they must be a metre away. Like they do for a broad jump, send the dog over to the jump, and the dog returns to the handler. Test complete. Starter trick 11, take a bow. Are you ready?
Stand. Yes.
Proceed.
Wait. Cute.
1,000, 2,000. Trick complete.
Yay!
Our next trick, the handler is going to send the dog 2 metres to a mat, a bed, a send-away box, anything that is a defined area of a send-away. The handler will send the dog to that area. The dog will turn and face the handler and can be in a stand, a sit or a down. Complete. Well done. The next trick is the straddle. The dog can be left in a sit, a stand or whatever position the handler would like. The handler will move forward and take up position with their legs in the V, inverted V shape, and call the dog to the straddle position. The dog will hold that position for the count of 2 seconds. Good job. The handler can also be by the side of the dog, again with their legs in the V position, and send the dog to the straddle position.
Under. Good boy.
1,000, 2,000. Stationary hold. The dog can be at the side of the handler or in front of the handler, and will, on the handler's command, hold the article for a count of 2 seconds. 1,000, 2,000. Well done.
That was
Starter trick 15. Sit pretty or pause on my arm, 2 seconds. Are you ready?
yes.
Proceed.
Wait. Oh.
1,000, 2,000. Trick complete.
Yay!
Trick or treat.
Oh, we go treat.
So they'll go to the table, take their treat out,
Good.
reward the dog by own. They mustn't be further than a metre away from the table, otherwise they will lose points.
Good job.
The next trick is the sit pretty. The dog has to take up its stance, sit, and then
Oh.
sit into a beg for 1,000, 2,000.
Yay!
Yes.
Well done, Ted.